Hey guys, girls, this is Joey, and doing a video here about the French exchange foxhole variation. And the foxhole's really tricky variation. And if you know how to do crazy tactics, then do this. But if you don't know, or you haven't studied the archetypal tactics, so you can hold down the specific likenesses of this variation, then study it, and maybe then you'll learn the crazy tactics, which is what I did. So this is called the foxhole variation. When you come up with your king, um, maybe someday I'll do more videos on it, because this is just one of the examples when there are many other examples. So the foxhole is when you play f6 and you move your king to f7. Here, let me take a step back. So it's a French exchange. This was a blitz game that I played, so this is a blitz analysis. So exchange, and intellectually seeing this was a transposition. So you play c6, bishop d6, knight g7, and that's the foxhole. So tempting them to play bishop g5, and then I play f6, and get a tempo. Their king's knight has those two squares on e5 and g5 restricted. And actually, I'll give you a little tip. This works really good, or really well, you would say, when they play their king's knight to f3 and their queen's knight to c3. Then, like, the c pawns and the f pawns on the black side really restrict the knight. So in the event that they don't know how to maneuver pieces, then they're screwed. So here we go. You play your knight here on bishop d3, and then they switched it up, and then this knight maneuver is an archetypal thing that just happens a lot in these positions. Is knight b8 to a6 to c7 to e6, and oftentimes to f4, threatening their bishop. And yeah, so they castled, and then I just kept doing this. And now they try to just do this check, but whatever. You do this whole thing just for that check, it's not worth it. And then they pin the f pawn. I play h5, preventing knight g4. So this is when those crazy tactics, you gotta know them so you don't get sliced and hacked on the king side. Okay, so h takes g4 upon knight g4, so knight g4 is not played by them. And what they're doing is just stumbling around with their pieces. Had they been more skilled, they would be able to maneuver into effective positions that coordinate harmoniously in a confluent plan. Yet this time, they're just shuffling back and forth, and then I make progress for my own agenda, which starts blooming now. So I exchange the dog for the cat, so to speak. I trade my bishop for their knight just to get this check up, because I want to put a rook on h8 and a rook on g8. And those rooks coming down is actually what won me the game. So I play bishop d7, and then see, they're almost just dogging it with those queen shuffles. You can tell that they don't know the agenda. Alright, so h4, and then g5, fearlessly with all the gall in my gut, I play g5, knowing that everything's covered on the king side, and peeling open vertical g to start to coordinate geometrically. So now I get a dog for a cat, and we each have one bishop, one knight, a queen, two rooks. And now h4 is finally played, and this is starting to get fun with the crazy tactics. Grr. King there, takes. And then this move is pretty easy to see. You want to get both of your rooks going against the queen, so rook h3. And then here comes some more crazy tactics. Queen hit. And then can you spot the mate? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Queen g3. That's checkmate. So that's the fried fox. Well, it's not fried fox. It's the foxhole variation of the French defense exchange. Here we go. So you play c3. Just remember you play c3, and you want to play f6 with tempo. So you almost don't play f6. You want to give them a chance to play bishop g5, and they say, no, well, they're not going to play f6. But it takes a very skilled person to know when to play f6 in chess. Usually people think it's just a mistake, yet